you don't love me. And there may be someone else. And as I sit alone here at home, knowing what I should do, I find I can't stay away from you. I can't stay away from you. No, I can't stay away from you. No, though I know you're no good, and I'd leave if I would, yet I can't stay away from you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Welcome. We are here on the KQ podcast, and I think it's found a home with the wrestling news and the wrestling stuff that we've been doing. Last week, we streamed with Martin and Roki, and we did our reactions. Well, it was a pre-show to the book of KQ. Of course, we simultaneously ran on the Athletes Hub as well. But we have some stuff to talk about right now. The wrestling world, or specifically WWE in this case, is on fire. Well, now whether the fire is good or bad depends on what side of the fence you stand on, right? But how you feeling, Scopey? What's going on, man?
Dude, honestly, I haven't finished SmackDown yet, but the stuff that I saw from the Las Vegas kickoff show, dude. It did what it set out to do. They said it's going to be something we're going to talk about for years, and I think we definitely are, because what even? So I'm excited to dissect all of that and talk about a little bit more in terms of WWE product on the Book of KQ channel. That's right. Yeah. We're actually making content for the channel.
Yeah. Of course, the series is around the corner. This time it really is around the corner.
Yes. Yes. So first things first, I think we should jump into the Cody Rock Roman stuff from the kickoff show. Your thoughts on that whole Cody Rock Roman segment? Like, what did you expect, and what? Actually, we know what you expected, right? Because we had the KQ podcast thing, which you just mentioned. Yeah. What was your reaction after it all settled? Like, what are you thinking now? You've had time to stir the pot, let it simmer, let all the flavors soak in. So what you got?
I think it's great. First of all, people don't understand this. Why is The Rock my favorite wrestler of all time, even after 20 plus years of watching him as a that he's no longer been full-time? I've seen many great wrestlers come and go. We got guys like Randy Orton. We got guys like, I never was a fan of him, but a lot of people are. I know you are. John Cena, Batista, Rey Mysterio. So many greats that have come and gone since The Rock. But there's a reason why he's still my favorite. Is because he's able to adapt, and he's willing to adapt to any situation. Mm-hmm. We could debate all day whether or not The Rock intended for a heel run on this time coming around, because honestly, before that segment, that infamous segment on SmackDown, everybody was fully behind the Rock and Roman feud. It was how it happened that kind of really sent this into a tailspin, but it turned into disrespect for The Rock. So listen, The Rock is not John Cena, okay? You're gonna boo him. He's gonna get you right back, okay? He's able to embrace the heat and make something great out of it. And I feel like we are on the cusp of something that's going to be great. This is going to be a story that we're going to talk about forever. It looks like The Rock is going to be semi-regular, or at least as regular as Roman Reigns. He's about to make his third appearance. Since the new year, this is his fourth appearance on WWE TV, I believe.
Really?
So, yeah. He had two segments. He had the one on Raw. He came back for SmackDown and then I think he also did the New Year with Pat McAfee. That's 3. So this will be 4. If you count the press conference, that's 5 segments with The Rock in it. So he's in this. He's ready. I think this is perhaps his last run. I don't know if WrestleMania will be his last fight, but I do think we're definitely in the last run of The Rock as a competitor. And I think he's going to make the most of it. Okay. Right now, he is, number one, it seems like on TV. I tell you, it's not going to end that way. The Rock's going to find a way to once again just show the talent, and people are going to realize, oh, shoot, this is why they call him the Great One. Okay. But
this
anyway,
is why he's the people's champ.
Exactly. Because he saw, and if you looked at the segment, there was one moment when they were booing him, and he kind of already like solidified it. Okay, we're going heel. But he couldn't help but smile when they were booing the heck out of him out of the building, because he loves this, bro. He loves interaction. He's like, he just loves that the people are having a good time hating him. You know what I mean?
He does care. He cares that you guys are we are being entertained.
Exactly. So, The Rock is still the people's champion. Okay. Enough with this. Cody is the new people's champion. I can't take it. Okay. But that's what is supposed to happen. That's what The Rock intended. This is how you put over Cody. This is how you make him a star. He's gonna come out of this storyline looking like he's already $1 million. He's gonna look like $2 million now. Okay. He's probably gonna beat them both in the triple threat. That's probably what's gonna happen now. And and then we'll see what goes on after that. So I think the segment was perfect. The little backstage thing, even having CM Punk talking and The Rock looking at him, bro, this is a different Rock. I think we're going to get a corporate Hollywood heel Rock, okay? That's what's going to happen. And I'm so for it, man.
Isaiah, this is going to be a little off topic, but have you ever watched Avatar: The Last Airbender?
On Nickelodeon, the original cartoon, yes.
Okay. So do you remember that kid that every time Aang, the Avatar, would show up at I forget which culture it was from, Earthbenders or not, but there's a kid that would show every time he saw Aang, he would foam at the mouth and go, that's me with a heel turn for Rock right now, because we all know how good he is.
Well, that's the problem. I'm going to say something real quick. We know how good he is.
Yes.
But there's a new generation. Okay, I just want to say one last thing real quick, because you actually just something I meant to say, right? Mm-hmm. One thing you got to give Cody credit on, this whole finish the story movement has brought in a lot of casual viewers, lot of casual viewers that are just tuning in to see this happen. He's literally a draw. That's what a draw is. You're bringing in new viewers so they could see how this plays out. Mm-hmm. But the whole thing is, these new viewers don't know what they're in for with The Rock turning heel. They don't know how great he is. And that's
they really don't.
Most exciting part of this, but as you were saying, sorry.
I'm gonna add on to that. Actually, people were talking like, this was like a couple days after last week's SmackDown episode, not this current week, which would be 2/9/24, February 9th, 2024.
Yes.
It would be before that. People were saying on Twitter, oh man, is it 1996 again? Rock hasn't been booed since that. I'm like, did you guys forget 03? Did you guys forget Hollywood Rock? Did you forget that? Huh?
It's like every 2 years he turned heel, like in his full-time run,
Right. It ain't nothing new, bro. Come on, bro. And even then, that's like when he turned heel for a second time, it was magic, man. The Rock concert. Come on, bro. The whole everything with the Hurricane. He put Hurricane over Goldberg. People wanted
Brock
to see
Lesnar,
Goldberg kick his ass.
Yeah.
Yep, Lesnar.
Oh man, I shouldn't even say his name. Anyway, besides the point.
He put a lot of people over, bro. Mm-hmm. And he has no problem putting people over. So I don't know why y'all be saying he's an egomaniac and da-da-da-da. But that's neither here nor there, right? So my reaction was pretty much the same as yours with the Las Vegas kickoff for WrestleMania 40. That was great. And something else I'd like you to respond to is, does the whole storyline with Roman, Rock, and Cody, does it make sense? And I'd like to hear your words after I give my opinion real quick, because people say that it doesn't make sense, right?
Yeah.
But when you factor in the fact that after that, I think it was The Rock's first SmackDown appearance of this year.
Yeah.
No, it was Raw, wasn't it? Where he said he should come sit at the head of the table. That was The Rock testing the waters.
It was. Yeah.
He was like, okay, I'm going to go out here And granted, I'm not a fly on the wall backstage, but like this is 2+2 to me, right? So, that was the Rocky testing the waters to see if the fans wanted that match. Of course.
Mhm.
And then they're like, why would Cody give up his WrestleMania main event? Okay, that is stupid, but that's for the storyline. The Rock was trying to just make it a family thing. Like, no. If anybody's gonna dethrone this punk little kid, it's gonna be me.
Yeah.
This is a family thing. We don't need Cody Rhodes, an outsider, to come ruin the family dynasty.
Exactly.
Right? So of course, The Rock was like, yo, give me that. I'll take care of him. Give me that, man. You go fight Seth. Go fight nobody. He said he knows you.
Exactly.
So it does make sense, right? If you think about all that stuff. So what do you think? What, do you agree with me? Do you have similar thoughts but different?
I guess the best way you could determine if the story is making sense. Let's pretend we don't know that this is scripted. Okay, we're going to go strictly kayfabe, right? How could you spin this? Like, okay, The Rock was literally just calling out Roman Reigns, right? In a sense. And like you said, I think they're definitely testing the waters. Even that segment on SmackDown, I think, was testing the waters. And it appeared that everybody was okay with it. If you watched the show or if you were there, the fans were losing their minds.
Yeah.
It's when you got on Twitter that everything flipped upside down. Honestly, if you rewatch that segment when The Rock came out to confront Roman Reigns, if you looked at his expressions, it was a little different. Now, you could say, oh, he just means business today. But I think The Rock may have expected to get booed that day, to be honest with you. I really do. If you looked at his face, he was looking at the crowd very stern, obviously didn't say a word, watched Cody walk away, gave Cody a hard stare, slowly turned around, but no real acknowledgement towards the crowd, nothing like that. No words were spoken, and I think that was the reason, because they didn't really want to make a decision. If The Rock spoke and he said, I'm going to whip your candy, at WrestleMania, then that pretty much would have set the main event, right? So they waited and they saw the reaction and they adjusted accordingly, right?
Yeah.
But how could you spin this from a kayfabe standpoint, right? But I would say you could look at it as this. The Rock was trying to essentially manipulate Cody Rhodes out of his main event, saying hey, I got him. But really, The Rock was looking out for himself and Roman Reigns to get that big paycheck, that big main event. Because, WrestleMania, you get paid the most, whatever, etc. So in kayfabe, you could say The Rock was really trying to manipulate him. And to be honest, maybe even The Rock wouldn't have had the problem that Cody did pick Roman. But it was when the family thing was brought into the play. And I see a lot of fans, and I feel like these are the casuals. They're like, but Roman Reigns just talked about his dead father, beforehand. Correct. But it's a heel, bro. They don't care. It's not supposed to
It doesn't matter.
They want you to say this. They want this reaction out of you, and that's what's happening.
And that's not a bad thing. That's called being worked.
So I think it does make sense. It would not have made sense if they did go through with the match after the segment, how it played out. It would not have made sense if they went ahead with The Rock and Roman and Cody just submit, just went after Seth, right? That wouldn't have made sense. But 100%. Now where we are, we still got to see how it plays out too. One thing I don't want to see, I don't want to see The Rock and Roman get into a tense argument next week, and now we got a triple threat, and The Rock and Roman are suddenly against each other again. I don't want that either. They need to go full force with The Rock and Roman side by side until WrestleMania. But I'll save my prediction for later. But that's what I think.
Maybe cause some disruption. I saw Pav's video, Wrestling Gifts. He was talking about the same thing, and he's like, it looks. I mean, there's a scenario where it could be triple threat, or
and it might be
night one, Rock Roman, night two, Cody Roman. Who knows?
The way I see it, it just has to be I don't want to see The Rock and Roman Reigns beefing next week. You got to go full force with this.
Right.
They'll be in the triple threat, but their plan is maybe to team up on Cody type thing. Take him out of the equation if they even go that route. And then we'll see. I'll get more predictions later. I think we're going to talk about.
Yes. I think my next question would be, should WWE continue doing more of these build-up type of kickoff shows to I don't know, maybe put some emphasis on some storylines and get more eyes on the product, because it was cool. It was a free to attend events,
Yeah.
and I don't know, it kind of felt like a good community thing, you know. You think they should do more of that?
I think they should. It was cool because like it wasn't just like a typical press conference, you know. It was like you had the characters come out and cut promos. It was like a promo pay-per-view. You know, that's what
it was like smack and talk, but live.
Yeah,
kind of
so
thing.
like I think it's cool. I don't want to get too. I don't want to do it for like every premium live event, of course.
No.
But like big events, big matchups, things like that. Like maybe, you know, after the big paper, like before the big pay-per-views, like SummerSlam and you know, Royal Rumble,
Money in the Bank,
things like that. That would be cool, but not too much. It was a big deal because you know you had this uncertainty around Cody, Roman, and Rock.
Yeah.
But again, with moderation, because at the end of the day, with the segment, are we really talking about the Becky and Rhea stuff? I mean, like, you know, I'm sure we appreciate it, but if that was the show and it wasn't that big thing at the end, would we feel so like would we have really tuned into the kickoff? You know, I mean, maybe we would have, but it wouldn't have been like urgent. Like I was like, bro, when we got done with that show, the pre-show, I'm like, oh, I gotta get out of here. I need to see what the hell they're gonna do. Like it was crazy, you know. It was like a premium live event, and it's more
the hottest story, man.
It was more entertaining than SmackDown. So you know, what do you think? I mean, do we align, or what do you think?
I'm with it. We are in agreement. And maybe, of course, it wouldn't be as big without Rock and Roman, of course. But you know, it could, like you said, big premium live events, PLEs. Just use it for those. You know, maybe 3 a year or something like that. You know, and I don't think I originally intended to talk about this, but just super quick, we need to stop downplaying my homie, my boy Seth freaking Rollins, dude. Like come on, cut the slander, bro. I get it, but come on, man. Man. Like we're
doing Seth Rollins, man. Who's doing it?
Put some respect to him.
Who's slandering that man?
Like, Rio, come on, dude.
Seth is doing such a good job with his role.
He is.
What I got like the sense when him and Cody were like, when he got so pissed at Roman and Rock, like of course, like, you know, it's just like it felt like this is my generation, even though Roman's part of this generation, but you know, he's like management. You know what I mean? It's like Seth was standing up for the entire locker room, not just Cody Rhodes with the Rock and Roman stuff, like trying to insert their way. I'm talking in kayfabe, by the way, you know, but you know, trying to insert their footing and trying to steal a spot. It's like Seth was trying to defend the entire locker room when he was defending Cody Rhodes, you know. So I thought that was really cool. And again, in the scope of the storyline, it says a lot about Seth as a character, right, in the storyline, because you know, he wanted that big main event with Cody, right? But after seeing what happened, he was in his. It's almost like he's like, you know what, Cody, go get them, bro. I'm tired of this. Like,
whoop their ass, get them.
Yeah,
that was great. And a quick shout out to CM Punk for literally talking trash and saying he would be down to punch The Rock in the face while The Rock was there. Shout out to CM Punk. Throw him back to the storyline with the old feud. I'm with it.
And The Rock gave him that death stare, bro. The Rock was like, if I was over there, bro.
If I was over there, Phil Brooks.
The old Rock versus face CM Punk storyline. Who says no? Not a single person.
Man, I mean, hey, if Rocky wants to stick around long enough, I'm with it. But on to the next subject we should talk about is I think there's still some buzz, so it's not like he's being forgotten, but Drew McIntyre, his current kind of neutral morality run, what do you think about that? Like, do you think it's underwhelming? Do you think it's good? Do you think he could have a story like CM Punk's where, oh man, is he going to re-sign the contract with WWE, win the title, walk out, WrestleMania? Could he win the World Heavyweight Championship?
If they're smart, they would do that, because you know what? Drew McIntyre has reinvented himself to a perfect chef's kiss, bro. It has been excellent, because it's like the oh man, you're gonna kill me. Oh, Thanos.
Thanos. Yes.
Yeah. It's like, where there's like some reasoning to why they've gone. It's like their origin story, like going to a villain. He's definitely villain. Like he's heel. He's not tweener because you don't attack 2 injured people and not be a heel. But it's like justifiable in many aspects. It's like, yes, his mic work has been good. Him as a character, of course, in the ring, he's great. I think the way I see it right now, as I'm gonna see what they want, especially if Punk's not around. Drew should beat Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. That should happen. He should get his moment that he wanted. I think he'll get a positive crowd reaction. His run has been superb, and I think he's in for a world title run.
Okay. I agree with all of that, actually. It just feels... I would describe him as almost an anti-hero.
Yeah. Yes.
Because it's not like he's like a big POS. Yes, he's attacking injured people, which isn't cool. We love Seth. Some of us love CM Punk. I'm not going to say all of us. I love CM Punk.
Yeah.
He's been fire on the mic. They're embracing more of the fandom, being that he has a meme on his shirt and it's official merch for WWE.
Yeah.
You can buy it right now. That's great. I love that. I do think that Drew should get his WrestleMania moment. He should win the world title in front of the crowd. He should be able to have that run.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not a hypocrite from what I said earlier defending Seth. I love Seth freaking Rollins.
Yeah.
But it would be cool because Seth would still have his moment. He'd walk in WrestleMania as the champ. He said he's never done that before. He gets that moment. Drew gets his moment. Boom, boom, boom. Seth can win the world championship back if he needs to, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Of course.
So yeah, I think Drew's run has been pretty great. And Roki might not agree because I know he said he didn't really get behind Drew's heel run or whatever kind of run you would call this. Heel, tweener, face, not face, whatever. But yeah, and it's cool. It's kind of like what they're doing with Karrion Kross, and I know this is definitely mid-card stuff. And we don't have to talk about this too much, but Karrion Kross does have...
I would like to talk about that one day with you because I know I had my
If my boy Proper Artist is watching this, he's gonna be on my side. He's gonna be on my side.
Hey, you might be shocked as to what I say.
Okay. Well, I was just gonna say, quick thing. Karrion Kross has this thing. If people have been paying attention, and it's kind of hard to because he's not in super big feuds right now. But if you've noticed his matches, every opponent he's fought has turned heel and turned on friends. AJ Styles, the most recent one, Carmelo Hayes.
Yeah.
Drew McIntyre, Rey Mysterio. Rey ended up whooping his son's ass at WrestleMania after insisting on not touching his son.
Yeah.
So they're doing that with Drew. I love that. Keep on doing it. Good stuff. Good stuff, Papa H. Good stuff.
Yeah, like let's let that catch some traction on like. So it'll be pretty cool, like if like a wrestler like Cody, for example, is wrapped up with a feud, and all of a sudden, Karrion Kross big neck comes, and you're like, oh shoot, is Cody about to change? Like that'd be awesome. I guess let me just real quick. I just kind of want to say my opinion on Karrion Kross. Now, one thing you're going to see with me, consistency on this show, when it comes to characters, I'm like, what is your ceiling? And my thing, like I told you before, with Karrion Kross's previous gimmick, I'm like, I don't see a ceiling there, bro. I don't see a world championship type of run anytime soon. Like, I don't see it, It wasn't entirely his fault. It was him losing every match that he was facing, even against Jeff or Rey Mysterio and guys like that. Like, I felt he should have beat. And now with this current gimmick, and especially if you acknowledge on TV that everybody he has come across, he has changed them. He has changed their identity. Now we're talking about a world title potential run, or at least a mid-card run at some point. I think they're doing some really good stuff with Karrion Kross. I think this is what we needed. We needed a character change, and I think this is the route. This is the route.
100%. and he even reacted to a tweet on Twitter of a fan saying, "Screw all this Cody versus Roman and Rock versus Roman stuff. Let's just get Karrion Kross versus Roman." And Karrion Kross responded to it, and he's like, "One day," and then under that he said, "Long game." You know.
I mean, that's gotta be his goal. You know. That's
exactly, because he returned and attacked Drew, and he kind of, you know, he had Scarlett, or, you know, she put a what was it? Was that hourglass in the ring, and Roman was like, am I about to die, or like what's happening, bro? Like, do I need Solo?
Hey, you can even kind of spin that, because I think at the time, him and Jay were still cool, right? And since that hourglass thing, Roman he turned on both Jimmy and Jay before Jimmy came back for some stupid reason.
True.
So we kind of spin it that way too. You could say we kind
of have another Bray Wyatt almost. You know, we got some influence.
Yeah, and missed opportunity, man. Missed opportunity. What if Karrion Kross and The Rock did a segment at some point before this heel turn? Because man, I promise you, not a single soul, not me, a month ago, 2 weeks ago, thought The Rock was going to go on a heel run. I did not see it whatsoever until the segment happened. But before that, not at all. Not at all. Not in 2024 when you got like branding. And, you know, there was rumors like The Rock didn't really want to go that route because, you know, his image and everything. He's a good guy. You know, good guy image and stuff. But no, we're here, man. Man, if it was Cross, you know,
maybe they didn't think about it. Maybe, hey, they are hiring for a writer/producer, Isaiah. So maybe you could just, it doesn't matter what your portfolio for journalism is. It doesn't matter what your portfolio for journalism is right now. You get your butt in there and you do the thing. It's not like they haven't stolen our ideas anyways.
They literally have. Anybody watching this, you're going to see. There's going to be things. We've been putting these stories have been in the locker room for like a year. You know,
2 years.
2 years.
Even 3 years, actually. 2021.
Like, it's almost comical, some of the things they copied. But I'm like, there's no way. Like, so random. And you happen to copy this.
It's coincidence stuff, man. And I don't know, man. But that's what makes it cool to see it on TV. That's part of the magic. And speaking of the magic, what do you think about, I'd say, most of the bigger feuds, like CM Punk versus Drew and Cody, Rock, Roman, and the injury stuff, like people being attacked while they're injured? What do you think about that? Are we being worked, or is this a shoot? God dang, is the kid working or is he shooting?
100% work. Okay, like that, they're doing a really good job with it. But listen, The Rock and Triple H, those are like they're close. Okay, like Triple H. I remember he was on First Take, which is on ESPN Sports, like debate show. And he was like talking about The Rock's daughter, for example. He's like, you know, she always knows that Uncle H, you know, has her back. Like they're family. You know what I mean? Like they go deep. There's a lot of history there. You know, so there's not any actual beef there. Rock and Cody, like even The Rock said he's known Cody for many years. You know, they both grew up in the business together. Well, not together because The Rock's a little bit older than Cody, but they go back. Okay, so The Rock is here to do what's right. The Rock is gonna basically, like, he's gonna make Cody as big of a star as he possibly could right now. That's what's gonna happen. And like, people keep talking about how The Rock is ruining the storyline. I don't know about you, but the storyline just got like 100 times better.
Yes.
Now that we got a high chief and a tribal chief involved.
Didn't even know that.
Yeah, like this is some good stuff. It's a work. Now there are some things like with the Punk and Rollins thing, you could almost say it's a work shoot, right? Like it's real, but it's also like they're professionals. You know, Drew and CM Punk, they're professionals. You know what I mean? They're gonna do what they gotta do. But when it comes to The Rock in this storyline, 100% of work. Everybody needs to relax.
You know, you're probably right, but I gotta say, I think it's a mixture of both.
Okay,
I would say, because I try not to pay attention to every report that's on Twitter Reports say that Seth Rollins scratched his butt cheeks in front of freaking Bianca Belair. Montez Ford said, "You're."
To be honest, with the news that's coming out, I wouldn't be entirely shocked about somebody scratching their butt cheeks in front of a female wrestler. I just wouldn't be shocked.
Okay, all right, yeah. That's fair.
It extends beyond WWE too, by the way.
That's fair. That's fair. I'll give you that. But I think it's a mixture of both, at least for Cody Rock Roman. There's no denying that Rock versus Roman is the biggest headline and WrestleMania main event that they could ever make. Bigger than Cena versus Rock, bigger than Hogan versus Rock. In my opinion, of course. I probably shouldn't have to say that, but I'm going to just in case. That's my opinion. So that's what I think about it. Okay. And I think they're really taking advantage of CM Punk's history to blur the lines, which is really great. Everyone's playing their role very, very well, and that's what I love about it. And I have to. I didn't do this earlier when we were talking about Cody Rock Roman for like the 700th time, but like I gotta give props and my utmost respect to Cody Rhodes for being the guy that goes to house shows and even after the shows go off air, and he's just that guy that continues to provide some positive entertainment or just be that guy, you know.
That guy, he is. Yeah,
he's him.
Yeah, he's him.
Shout out to Cody Rhodes for being that man, the face of the company. I'd say, like the pun intended, the face of the company.
Like he's the baby face of the company for damn sure.
Yeah. And I don't know, man. Cody just deserves that, and I want Cody to win. And of course, to reel in your point, to reinforce your point that you mentioned earlier, Cody will be a bigger star after this feud. Absolutely. The Rock is going to make Cody Rhodes a bigger star. Absolutely. I agree. There's no way he wouldn't.
Yeah.
He overcomes The Rock.
Big time.
The Rock, the great one, the Brahma Bull, the people's champ, the pie eating, eyebrow raising.
Big time. Like almost the entire family because he got the high shoe. Like,
for real. And then you
literally representing the entire bloodline. Like
he overcomes The Rock, and he overcomes the final boss, well, the former final boss, Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
He's still the final boss, but like, so first phase in the boss fight, Roman Reigns. Second phase, final phase, The Rock. Boom. There's a Souls-like reference for you guys if you play any Dark Souls games. I'm Mr. Scopey. This is my brother Isaiah. This is KQ. We out. Peace.